Hi again, welcome to another video, and in this video it's part 2 of the Lambretta engine stripped down. The Lambretta is a 1963 LI125 Series 3. In part 1 I took apart the bottom piston off and split where the crank is, and took the crank out and did that side of it. In this video it's going to be the clutch, the gearbox and all the bits and pieces in that part of the engine, and there will be a third video of the strip down. That will just be the other bits and pieces that have got to come off, like the kickstart and things like that. So if this is the first time you've watched my channel, please like and subscribe, and that'd be great. I have got an Amazon wish list if you'd like to support my channel and, you know, get me a little prezi. It's always nice to receive something through the post. That's linked below in my comments, and yeah, we'll get on with getting this well, basically the clutch and all the gears and that out of this Lambretta engine. So I'll get on with that now. Drain the oil next, if there's any oil in it, because I did put some in it, but I'm not sure if there's any in it or not now. And then I'll remove some of these top bits. I might as well strip the engine of all the bits and then go from there. This bit's actually got a spring on it here, so get the clip off first. And there's a spring light hooked around there and onto there, so it locates into there. How hard it will be to get off, because I shouldn't think a lot of this has been off in its lifetime. And 1963 to now, nearly 60 years old, isn't it? But that come off okay, so that can actually go in that tub. I've just got a nut here, just out of shot. I'm taking off. I'll show you. That's the one to hold the shock absorber on, so I'm just taking that off. And then I'm going to get that off then, to do with a gear change. So I'll find the tools I've been using. Not sure how that's got to come off anyway. I think possibly I might only have to undo them 2 bolts. So let's have a look. If we can undo them, it means I won't have to take the other bit off. And it actually keeps it all together more. So all that is there is a little short, what are we on? We're on 10mm again now. And do the same with that one. I'm not sure how this is going to work here. I've never worked on one of these engines before, so, but they're actually doing something. And then that there, I think, must pop off or something on there, I think. Quite sure yet, but we have got that out of the way. So yeah, that bit could actually all stay together, which was good. So we've done that. There's this bit here, there's 2 bolts in there. It's covered very much in Italian soil, but loose enough. Same sort of bolts as holding the other bit. Oh yeah, that's out as well. Too much rust really on it, because it come from sunnier climes. That's off as well, so we're getting all them little bits off. Not going too bad at the moment. But what I'm going to do off camera, I'm going to drain the oil and see if there's any oil in it. Then I can take the side off. That's where it gets interesting, because I haven't had one of these apart, like I said. So I'll have a good look in there then. I have unloosened that now, and I've just marked it where in the position it is. There's a little green mark there and a little green mark there, so that should slide off okay. It's quite loose when I was, yep. So I'll just put that back in there. So that's got rid of all that mechanism bit. So yeah, now I'll get that oil drained. Now I've drained the oil, there's a series of bolts I've got to undo. I think there's 16, including the ones that hold the exhaust bracket on. So I'll just do a couple of them along the bottom, but I won't bore you with me doing them all. Take a while without the impact. And I keep getting stuck in the socket. But yeah, I'll get all them undone, and then we'll split the casing and see what's what. Be the interesting part, because I can probably see then, well, I might start to see what's causing it not to start. I think seal breakdown is the most likely cause. So yeah, we'll have a look. So I'll be back with you in a minute when I've undone all these. Yeah, I'm thinking that casing might come off now. There's probably something making it stick somewhere, but we'll give it just a try and get the tap somewhere to try and get it off. Can't see anything splitting yet. No, we're ready to tap it. I think we've got a little bit of movement there. Don't really want to leave her under there much, but I need to get off. Actually, there, right, it's that shot for you, but I might be able to leave her off there a little bit. Yeah, that's all right. Oh, yeah, it looks to be quite promising. Yeah, this end's not too bad. Some nuts didn't actually come out. They come out with well, some studs come out and some didn't. They're just the nut come off. I think that one there is sticking, so I just got to try and work around to get that out. Oh, it's coming. Just go careful. We're nearly there. Just this end is stuck a bit. It's more gasket sticking than anything else, I think, and probably as well is the kickstart piece as well, because it needs to come off over there quite evenly. I think we've done it. Still a little bit levering. Actually, the kickstart bit comes out with it, I think. Haven't got a clue. It's as new to me as it is to you. Well, unless you're watching, you've done it before, then you'll know what I'm going to be seeing in a second. I've watched videos on it. There we go. The inside of the Lambretta engine. And actually, I expected it to look worse than that. So yeah, I'll just put that bit to the side. That's where all the kickstart mechanism and everything is. So where that works, I don't know. Oh, it's onto like some teeth on there. I'll just put that down here. And then yeah, it's going to be getting the bits and pieces out. That's the crank end. That's all with a gear end this end. Be interesting taking this apart. Undo that a little bit. I thought it was going to be tight, and I used the impact on it and actually undid okay. So I'll get it all out and then we'll just take it off bit by bit to see how it goes. So we've got that long bolt there. We have that piece there with a spring like so. And that's it. Yeah, that actually is all there. Oh no, there's another bit now. That comes off. So that fits in there like that. So yeah, I'll put all that in the tub together. Oh, what's that? I thought it was a washer, but it's not. So yeah, now the chain will come off. So I'll get that cog off. The cog fits on like that. All pretty straightforward. That actually does push out of there though, like that. sort of runs on there. So I'll just move the chain out of the way because there is like a washer type bit there. So I'm just going to pick this like washer piece up now. That I've got to sort of have a look now and see the clutch side of things. Move you around. I've been told I need a puller for this. I don't know, but there is a little piece that comes off on there, and that fits into the sort of kickstart area. So I'll take that off now. And yeah, I'm not sure how I'm actually going to. Really sorry if you're struggling to hear me. Try and talk a bit louder, but the rain's coming down really hard on the roof at the moment. There's a ring there that pushes out. And that's, yeah, got to come out. Turn it around. Chain's got a bit kinked. I can't move that around at the moment, but I'll try and get this out of here. Sorry if my hand gets in the way. The ring is off, so I'll put that in there. Now I'm thinking that these clutch plates should come off, because oh, there we go, it pinged off. I might have to get a tool to push all that back in afterwards, but oh, all the springs have come out as well. Well, that's all together, that stayed together. I have got some new clutch face, but I don't think I've got, oh, I don't know how many there is actually. I did buy some new ones, so I hope I got enough. And then there's going to be all these springs, but they just fit in. It's simple enough, they just fit into them little grooves there and on there. So yeah, we've got all we need. So that nut has got to come undone there, but I'd like to try and get the chain off if possible. If I get the chain off, I think if I bash them tabs over, I can undo that, and then the chain at least come out of them runners then. So off camera I'll do that. I've only just got to move, well, I'll show you just what I've got to do. Just them tabs like so. And then just undo them. So I'll do that off camera, and I'll see where we're at to get that chain off after then. So I have undone them now. So I didn't realise it did it like this. So there's a tab bit there with the two bolts. Then the top one comes off. That's tucked behind the top one. Not the easiest to get out. Chain's beginning to be a bit of a pain. Yeah, we've got that one out. So yeah, that's the top one that went behind. And then we'll try to get the bottom one out, which might be easier now. Yep, so that one's off as well. Let's put that there. So we are getting there. I don't know whether I can get the chain off now. No, still not very good. I'm going to have to undo that now. So it's the same process. I'll bang them tabs over. Sorry if I make shake a bit, because you're on the bench and it vibrates a bit, but So we get that off. I'm going to have to get the impact on that, whether I've got one big enough. Hoping that will be the one. It is. Don't know whether it's going to have enough go in it though to... It is. Or it does have enough go. So now we've got the nut. We've got that little piece with the tabs that went over. So I've got them bits. This comes off now. That's sliding off okay. That's just like that. Then we've got the clutch drum. So now we can get the chain out. That fits on there like so. And there is 2 bearings in there. Just let me get that chain out of the way. I'm not sure if the chain is directional or not. I wouldn't have thought so, but at the moment I will just lay it to the back the way it come out. We have 2 bearings there. I'll try and slip them back in where they got to go, so everything's sort of together. So now there is another little thrust washer thing there against the bearing. So yeah, there's that. So that can actually, I'll put that on top of the clutch bit there. There's a big circlip in there, which, is this the tool I need? I need the other ones. So it's going to come easy and then it pop back in again. No, I'm going to have to do that in a second, and then I think there's a series of bolts around there, and then all the gearing comes out then, because that's all there. So it's not massively complicated really. I think there's a plate the other side to get the crank off. So what I'm going to do off camera, I'm going to get that clip out, because sometimes they take me a while, they're a bit awkward. Yeah, that one was a bit of a pain to get that clip out. And what I think I'm going to start doing now is to keep things a little bit more separate, because I need to know the right bolts and everything to go back in here. So I'm gonna take them off now around there, because I'm pretty sure that's what holds everything really on this part of the engine. Anyway, I've got to find the right socket. We're back to 11s, I think we are. Obviously very loose that one did, and there seemed to be a bit broken off the end, so I'm not really quite sure what that's all about, but we shall find out as we go along. So is that all of them now? Yeah, I'm just gonna hook out all the washers. Usually use a magnet to try and do that. Allows me, which it doesn't now. I'll get them, I'll be back with you. So now this I think this plate can come out, if it will come out. Yeah, it feels fairly loose. If I can get something under to hook it out with. Oh, there we go. Still not liking it that much. There's no keyway, not keyway, clip hold in it, but I don't believe there is. I think that's where all the gear cog is, and then I think that's probably the final drive bit. I won't know till I got it all off, but I'm not really quite sure how to get it off at the moment. something's happening. Yeah, we're getting this plate off. I thought I was going to struggle a bit more with that actually, but it's kind of still a tiny bit more levering. There we go. That is off, and there is a bearing in there. So yeah, we put that to the side, and then we've got here, we've got another small bearing with a washer underneath. Get a tiny bit closer. Yeah, bearing with a washer underneath, so let's get them off very carefully. And then there's another big washer there, goes onto there. I was right, that is the gears there. So let's put that up there as well. Try and put that in some sort of order. I'm not sure whether that just... Yep, now the cock lifts off. I think I can sort of fit. Yeah, I think I could put this like that. So that's the big cog. And what we've got there. Yeah, that bit I can't pull out. I got. I think. Well, I might. So where the cogs come off, whether I can take that out all in one. But I think there could be a couple of things holding that. And I think there's a circlip on the other side where the wheel bolt's on. So I'm going to have to turn the engine over. But there is a little bit of movement in there. If I could have got that off, I could investigate further. It's just I'm struggling to get it. I need to hook under it with something. I don't think this pick will be good enough. This is. So then we've got that cog there. So we've got another one of them, which just took the first one off. So that goes on top of there. And then there's a third one. I think that will come out too. For some reason it seemed to have, well, it's stuck at the minute. I don't know whether it's just because it wasn't in line with them. Yeah, we're winning. To a degree we are then, and there's the next one. So I'll fit that underneath the other two, so I know they're all in line, or in order. And we've got that one, which is the final one. So let me just sort them. So we've just only really got to get that piece out now, and that has actually come out, but was there a wash on it yet? So there's that piece there. The washer goes on the bottom. And there is a bearing in there. Oh, actually, this is one of them roller bearings again. I'm not sure I've got all the bearings for this, so I'm going to have to decide how I go about it, if I'm going to replace all these bearings or not. Just got to check in there, just to see whether the piece is loose. It isn't. That piece is probably going to have to stay in there. I don't know how you would remove that. So I've now turned the engine over, and I think what I've got to do is get these four out here. And then I'm thinking that this part will come out then underneath. Screwdriver to lever it. Not the right screwdriver at all, but it'll probably do the job. second. There you go, got that off. Then there's like a metal plate underneath. So we've done all that. I suppose they can go in the tub. All little bolts and washers, but they're only like standard 10mm. About 10mm head. So yeah, we'll drop them into with all the other bits. Is that gonna gently tap through now? No. I'm not sure if there's something else holding that. Let's just have a little poke around with that. There's an oil seal there, but I thought there was going to be a circlip on there. That looks like it could come off. It looks to me like that's moved, that piece, but I'm not sure. We'll just investigate it a bit. I didn't film that bit, but I just hit the end with a rubber mallet and it all went through. So we've got that and that. So there's a washer goes on first, then that. That actually wasn't an oil seal, it was a bearing in there. So we've got them. Go with the bits. I better just turn it over a minute. We have got a bit of oil going on now. That goes on there, but I was worried about whether there was an... Sorry, you can't probably see at the moment, but I thought there could have been an oil seal on there. Not an oil seal, a washer. But there doesn't actually seem to be. But there's that, and I have not got a clue where that comes from. I don't know whether it's a... It'll be interesting. I don't know where that comes from. It could be a dowel to hold things in, to hold it in place. I think it is. It seems to go into there, and there's no thread in there, so I think it's a dowel that goes in. We'll have a look at that when we put it all back together anyway. Should have gone with the clutch bits really, but it's gonna have to go in the tub at the moment. I made a video of it, but it helps me as well putting it all back together. That piece is the other piece what I was just getting out. That's the bit that fell out, so we've got that done. I'm just gonna switch you off and I'm just gonna look in the end just to check nothing else has fell in there what I need. So apart from that arm, wherever it connects to, and a few other little bits, where are we? There, that arm bit there. Everything is off from the gearbox end. There's a few little odd bits, but basically everything is off. Old mower boss type thing. So yeah, I bashed that one out and then it come out okay, but I had heated it, so that probably helped. And this back one was a bit of a job, but I'll tell you why it was, because I was banging it the wrong way. If you look at it like that, that bit was on the outside, so it had to be banged from the inside out, and I was trying to bang it through with that. I didn't hit it too many times the other way, but it just sort of, I suppose I could have measured it, I just didn't know. So anyway, they're out. I've still got to take that little arm bit out there, and that's got to come out, and that is my next problem. So I've been having difficulties moving this outer bearing race there, and I've actually have moved it now, but I was just going to show you how I did it. I filled it with grease and I've made that. It's like a drift sort of thing. I made it up a bolt and a old spacer and wrapped a bit of tape around it, and it should grip tight in there. So now if I hit that, it should push it out. How much further? See, look, we're a lot further out now. But then I've got to pack it with more grease again. But we're certainly getting there, because it seems to be the only way they advise getting it out as well. So just thought I'd share this with you. Because I'm running out of grease. Some people said I could have left it in the end for vapor blasting because it's soft, but I'm worried in the bottom of that, there's going to be like little bits of glass in there, so I want it out. I want it out. So let's go one more. Look at that, it's working like a treat. I've just got to have a bit more grease in it. We'll nearly have it done then. I think that might be alright to put that like that rather than fill it. There we are, look at that. That is ace how that works. So now I've got to get this clutch wishbone out. As you can see, it's moving in there. Yeah, there's a circlip there. Where are we? Just there. I've nearly took that off. I'll just take that off and then we'll see how it gets moving after that. So I'll put you back so you can see inside. Let's get my circlip removers. That's off. So I haven't got a clue how this goes here. I would imagine it just pulls out now. I don't think there's anything in the bottom, but the thing is, there's it's like on splines, there's just a washer on the outside as well underneath the circlip, which I did expect, so I'll just show you that. Little thin washer there, so we've got that as well. So that's all off on the outside, everything's got to be, but I need to move like the central rod. I haven't looked online or anything how to do this. Thought it would just sort of be, well, I suppose I've been a bit optimistic that it was going to be loose, but I think we've got a bolt there. We have got a bolt there. I missed that and see it. So that looks like it could be our answer. Just there. I'm going to probably be in your way as I'm trying to undo it. Pretty tight. Now we've done it. So I'm not sure whether it has come all the way out or not. I would imagine it probably does. So we'll get that all the way out. I think there might be a washer, like a spacer washer, I'm not sure, but there is a washer underneath that little bolt. I'm going to actually put all these little bits in separate bags and just label the bags for these parts. I should have done some of that earlier on. So now that should pull out, but I still think them little splines there stopping it. So I might have to just sort of pull it on the end of it, I think, without doing any damage. Won't grip it very tight. Ah, there we go. I hope you caught that. So what we got, I'll pull that rod piece out. That is that piece. So I'll just lay that there. I just want to see if there's any washer. There is a washer on the top. It doesn't look to be one on the bottom. I'll just check one hasn't fell out, but that's the top part where the bolt went through, and that's like a little washer there. So what I'm going to do now is push that back in to the stage where I can just put the bolt back in, so it's all sorted together. I've got to tap that in. You know, about there, I'll just put that little bolt back in off camera, and then I've got all that sort of together. So yeah, there was a washer there. There's another washer at the top. There's a circlip, which I will replace, but I'll put back on at the moment. And was there anything else? Just that bolt through, I think. So yeah, I'll get all that sorted. So now there's a brake lever off at the back here. I've already took the circlip off, a little circlip there, so that's already off there. So I'm gonna, that's just come off. I I'll have to work out what position that's in when I put it all back together, but I know it's going to be somewhere around there. And if I look the other side, that is that angle. So I'll put it back roughly and then just fine set it afterwards when it goes back together. So I'll get that off, and then there's a unloosen that as well, just like grease nipple. And then I don't know whether there's a washer behind there, but we shall have a look. I think there probably is. No, I think it's an O-ring there. It's an O-ring. So we've done that, and then it's pushed through quite easy actually. So where are we? So I'll just pull that out now. And there is a washer, I believe, on the other side. It looks like there's one, but it's a bit stuck here. There is a washer there as well. So I'll just pull that out, then make sure I put it all back together, how it come out. So it's just the O-ring. Get it on. It will have a new one on. Then there's that. No particular angle. So I've just put it on just to keep it all together. Now I'll just put a circlip on. So there's that done. And I believe, I'll just check, but I believe that is the main casing stripped. I'm happy with that. That's all stripped. I'm not going to take them out. I'm just going to, because there's going to be bolt holes in there, and media stuff could get stuck in there, and it will clean them up anyway, isn't it? With vapor blasting, it isn't very, it's quite soft. So it won't do any damage to them. It won't pit them or anything. It will just be a soft, smooth finish. So I'm going to leave them in. Also with them studs, they're going to be in. It just clean them up as he does it. In there, we've got everything off. I've got the, we'll see me getting that bearing race out of there. That's all done. I have been advised I'm going to do it. Just going to block up the holes where the studs come out, just so stuff don't get in there. Everything over that side is all right. I'm going to leave the head studs in. Like I said, they'll just be cleaned up as well. All them bushes you've seen, I'm going to take one of them out, so they're all out, and everything there is out. So all I've got to do on this now is find a few little bolts, just bung them holes up and degrease it. There is a little bush in there, like a little brass type bush. I think that comes in the kit, but I might not replace it, I might do it, just depends what I think I'm going to do. I thought there might have been an O-ring or something around there. There might be an O-ring in there though, is there? Yeah, there is. There's a little like oil seal in there. I nearly missed that. So that's got to go to the top of the wishbone thing. So I'll make sure. Is it actually? It's like a wash. If it's an O-ring, it's very hard. Anyway, that'll come in the kit as well. So I'll just check there isn't one in the bottom as well. I don't believe there is. And yeah, I was just mentioning there's like a brass type bush in there. I can bang it out when it's all cleaned up if I want to change it, so that's not a problem. I'm going to just leave that at the moment and just say to him be careful, because it's probably okay. I might not change that, might do, we'll see later date.